What's up guys, it is StarFlorge here bringing you a brand new video, and this is the combat for the Overpowered Knight Enchanter, so I can break down how you use this build and so you guys get a better understanding of this build and also just how to play Knight Enchanter in general. Obviously there's a few combos such as the Static Cage, Fade Step, Energy Barrage, then a Fade Cloak into Spirit Blade spam, and then a great opener of just straight up a Fire Mine. So those are the few things, and once again as always this is Nightmare with Trials, and let's just get straight into it. So first of all, we're opening on this captain all by himself, a great position for us, putting down a Static Cage, Fade Stepping, Energy Barrage, then a Fade Cloak and Spirit Blade spam to absolutely rinse him. And obviously all of that Static Cage is building your charges on your Spirit Blade, which is very useful. Wondering what to do here, so we're going to lay down a Fire Mine for 7.2k damage, and then following that up with a Fade Cloak Spirit Blade combo. Getting a quick Energy Barrage off means we can get some of our cooldowns back quicker because we're taking Clean Burn, then putting Blizzard so he can't run away, and then once again a Fade Cloak Spirit Blade spam just to finish him off. We didn't really need to rush that one, got back into stealth, and obviously when we have the Blizzard down we get that armor. Going to get these three mobs trapped in a Static Cage for maximum damage, then getting the Fade Step Energy Barrage combo off into a Fire Mine to absolutely rinse through them with once again some Spirit Blades going off there, and then baiting them into the Fire Mines. That's one thing I really want to suggest, guys. When you lay down Fire Mines, try and bait mobs into them. This guy killed my other character, which is quite useful for me, so I can just definitely solo. Fade Cloak into this sniper over here with an Energy Barrage. Laid down a bad Fire Mine there, to be honest, but then some Spirit Blades and an accidental Fade Step off it meant I was just out of position, but then got the guard to walk into a Fire Mine. Blizzard down for the CC, and then Spirit Blade with Energy Barrage just to finish this guy off because I didn't have much. Getting a quick stun on me, and I also Fade Cloaked there to be able to make sure I secured that kill. Baiting him over here, as you could see, a bit of VM there, laying down a Fire Mine which he jumped straight into, and now I've got my Fire Mine down, so I've got some definite damage, so I'm going to open that Static Cage into an Energy Barrage and trying to actually push him into the Fire Mine here, but then getting again a Fade Cloak Spirit Blade combo and just hitting him because he's got that guard up, and obviously Spirit Blade does more damage against guard. Once again laying down the Static Cage because it's back off cooldown into an Energy Barrage combo, and then just Spirit Blade spamming, and which gets us all those cooldowns back. Baited him into that Fire Mine eventually, and because he's so low I just want to keep hitting him. Got him into that Fire Mine, and then the Fade Cloak finished him off with nearly 4k. The Fade Cloak for me usually does around 4k damage. That's pretty much all the time. And then obviously, as you could see, Fire Mine does about 5 to 7k most of the time if you're lucky, potentially even more. But yeah, that's the first fight, guys. Really intense, but what you need to take away from it is some of those combos and also kiting mobs into your Fire Mine. It's a really useful thing because Fire Mine also CCs certain mobs. But now let's get into the next place with a lot more mobs. So now we are in the villa, obviously swapping back to Vivian, putting a barrier down to make sure we've got that full barrier, and then we're going to go into these two mobs by themselves, using the Fade Cloak, Spirit's Blade spam, and then opening a Blizzard straight away for the CC into a Fire Mine, both for 5k, hitting off a Energy Barrage and then some Spirit Blade spam with the Fade Cloak, and that finished all of them off. Obviously the one on the right actually hit 2 Fire Mines, which is why he died out of sight. We have our stealth. Now one thing I want to note here is I have kept this one sniper outside of the Spirit Cage, and this is extremely intentional, and the reason being is because I know there's going to be a lot of mobs here, and that captain there is going to be extremely annoying. And as you know, if mobs try and leave the Static Cage, they'll actually get chucked back into the center. So the idea here is to be able to single off all of the archers and snipers, just ranged mobs, while trying to make sure you keep those melee mobs away from you, and the Static Cage does exactly that in this area. Laying down a Fire Mine, annoyingly not a crit, but then a Fade Cloak onto another Fire Mine, and he just I believe was resistant to quite a lot of that. So we're just walking away. A Fade Cloak Spirit Blade spam, just pretty much one-shot that guy. I'm pretty sure I got 2 Fade Cloaks off. Into a Fire Mine here, hitting both of them with a Static Cage up. And then some Spirit Blade spams, absolutely rinsing through these targets. Energy Barrage with Fade Cloak, and then some CC laying down, as well as getting that Fade Step off to be able to get our mana. Bait him into a Fire Mine, which I'm pretty sure crit for 9k, which is insane. And then into another Static Cage, into the extra Fire Mine, Energy Barrage, Fade Cloak, and Spirit Blade combo. That's one of the biggest things we want to do. And as you can see, with this clean burn, guys, I'm just getting my cooldowns back so fast, I might as well just be called an Artificer Rogue. It is crazy how fast I'm getting everything back, and because I'm getting that Fade Step back all the time, I can basically just constantly have full mana as well, which is extremely useful. Again, another Fade Cloak, getting off huge hits of around 4k, putting down the Static Cage for extra damage. Into an Energy Barrage, Spirit Blade spam, and he goes down. Then there's a sniper back here. The guard is not in the way at all, but again, I put it down so that he would be dragged into the middle, which he did there, and then got paralyzed and stuck in the middle, which is keeping him away from us. Into a Fire Mine, into another Fire Mine. Absolutely crazy damage there. Just rinsed him completely, as well as this elite sniper, and then Spirit Blades with some Fade Cloak spams there. But that double Fire Mine was absolutely ridiculous damage, as you could see. Putting down a Blizzard again, because I don't like these snipers running away from you. Putting down a Static Cage, he cannot jump out, and if he tries to, he will just be pulled back in. Energy Barrage him, and just Spirit Blade him down. Put all of those new targets into a Fire Mine, dealing some nice damage. And then the boss jumped into another one, and then that was a Fade Cloak into a Static Cage. Energy Barrage to finish that last one off. Some Spirit Blade spam. We've actually just got stunned here. Into another Fade Cloak, which we can use all the time without even damaging anything because it's so useful. Static Cage down here, a Fire Mine critting 8k over there, and then Energy Barrage, Spirit Blade spam at this marksman. He is an elite, so he's going to take a lot of damage. Sorry we're in the bush and you can't see much, but basically I'm just trying to put all of those combos with Blizzards down, and as you can see, the Fade Cloak got a 4k and a 3k crit. Absolutely ridiculous damage, and again a 2k and a 4k crit. Crazy damage from Fade Cloak, to be honest. But like I said at the start, there's those combos of Static Cage, Fade Step, Energy Barrage, then the Fade Cloak and Spirit Blade, and then all the time, whenever possible, you need to use Fire Mine. Now what I try to do is just put Blizzards down and then pull those combos off, because obviously with Clean Burn and Fade Step, I can always pull those combos off. And that's what you really need to try and do. Literally through every fight, if you slow it down, I just pull off those combos one after the other constantly. And that's basically it. It's the 2 combos, just utilizing Fire Mine and Blizzard whenever you can in between them. So there you go. Instead of doing the Energy Rush straight away, I did the Fire Mine just to lay it down. And that's just another way. He got a 1 resistance for some reason, and then a 7k crit to finish him off. So as you guys could see, absolutely overpowered. You couldn't see how ridiculously OP it was last time. And if you realized through that fight, if you're looking at my health, nearly 100% barrier constantly, but we always kept that 100% guard, and so we haven't been scratched at all. This build really is overpowered, and it's actually very, very fun to use. It's an extremely useful build. I hope you guys have enjoyed it if you've tried it out yet. If not, I highly recommend you try and make this build. I did in my last video try and suggest some lower level suggestions for this build, but it's extremely fun, extremely useful, and extremely OP, as you guys know. Once again, guys, I suggest using this build. As always, leave a like, comment below, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and I will see you next time.